Hey everyone, Brian here, and welcome to the Deep Dive, where we, deep dive into a topic you're curious about.
Yeah.
Today we're tackling something pretty vital for all of us antioxidant-rich foods.
Mhm.
And to guide us through this nutritional maze, I've got Chelsea with me, a nutrition expert whose knowledge could probably fill an entire library.
Well,
Welcome, Chelsea.
thanks for having me. I'm excited to unpack all this with you and everyone listening.
Awesome. Before we jump in, this deep dive is brought to you by the awesome folks at Detox Health on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
If you want even more health and wellness insights, make sure to check out their channel.
Definitely.
All right, Chelsea, let's start with the basics.
Okay.
What are antioxidants and why should we care about them?
It's a word we hear a lot, right?
Yeah.
Basically, antioxidants are these amazing compounds in food that can protect our cells from damage. It's like they have this built-in defense mechanism against things called free radicals.
Okay, free radicals. I've heard that term thrown around. What are they exactly and how do they cause trouble?
Think of them as unstable molecules that can damage our cells, kind of like rust on a car.
Okay.
This damage, called oxidative stress, can lead to inflammation and contribute to chronic diseases like heart disease, cancer, and even type 2 diabetes.
Right.
Some free radicals are naturally produced by our bodies, but we also get them from external sources like pollution, smoking, and even too much sun.
So it's not just about what we eat, but also our environment.
Right.
It's fascinating how interconnected everything is.
Yeah.
So how do antioxidants step in and fight back?
Yeah.
Are we talking hand-to-hand combat at a cellular level?
Not quite hand-to-hand, but close.
Okay.
Antioxidants work by neutralizing those free radicals, kind of like disarming a tiny little bomb before it can explode and cause damage.
Wow.
They essentially donate an electron to stabilize the free radical, preventing it from reacting with our cells and causing harm.
So they're like tiny little superheroes swooping in to save the day.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense. Now you mentioned chronic diseases.
Yes.
Can you elaborate on the link between free radical damage and the development of these conditions?
Sure. When there's an imbalance, meaning more free radicals than antioxidants to counter them, that's when oxidative stress really takes hold.
Right.
Imagine your cells constantly bombarded with these unstable molecules that can lead to damage over time, which can contribute to the development of various chronic diseases.
Yeah.
It's like letting those tiny bombs explode unchecked, wreaking havoc on our internal systems.
Okay, so oxidative stress is definitely something we want to avoid.
For sure.
It sounds like a recipe for disaster at a cellular level.
Yeah.
So how do we fight back? What are the best ways to load up on those antioxidant superheroes?
You got it. And luckily, nature has provided us with an abundance of delicious foods packed with antioxidants. One of the best places to start is with the vibrant world of berries.
Berries. Now we're talking,
Yeah.
I'm a huge berry fan, especially blueberries. What makes them so special in the antioxidant department?
All berries are fantastic sources of antioxidants. But blueberries are often considered the superstars. They're packed with a type of antioxidant called anthocyanins, which are responsible for their beautiful blue color. And studies have suggested that anthocyanins might play a role in protecting our brains from age-related decline and even supporting heart health.
Wow. So blueberries are brain food and good for the heart.
Yes.
I knew there was a reason I love them so much.
Yes.
What about other berries? Do they offer unique benefits as well?
Absolutely. For instance, raspberries are being researched for their potential role in fighting cancer cells. They contain a unique combination of antioxidants, including ellagic acid, which is a powerful anti-inflammatory, and has been linked to slowing tumor growth in some studies.
This is incredible. It seems like every berry has its own superpower.
Mhm.
So variety is key here, right?
Yes.
We should aim to eat a mix of different berries to get a wider range of those beneficial antioxidants.
Exactly. It's like building a diverse team of superheroes to protect your body. And speaking of superheroes, did you know that even dark chocolate has earned a spot on the antioxidant A-team?
Hold on, chocolate. This is too good to be true. There has to be a catch, right?
There's a slight catch. We're talking about dark chocolate, the kind with a high cocoa content, not the sugary milk or white chocolate varietals.
Oh.
Dark chocolate is rich in flavanols, a type of antioxidant found in cocoa beans, and they've been linked to potential benefits like lower blood pressure and reduced inflammation.
Okay, so my midnight stash of milk chocolate doesn't count, bummer. But seriously, it's fascinating to learn that dark chocolate, in moderation of course, can actually have some health benefits.
Yeah.
What about nuts and seeds? They're known to be good for you, but do they also pack an antioxidant punch?
They absolutely do. Nuts and seeds are excellent sources of antioxidants, particularly vitamin E.
Mm,
Pecans, for example, have a very high antioxidant content.
pecans. I usually only think about them around the holidays when pecan pie is involved. What makes them such great sources of antioxidants?
Besides being delicious, pecans are loaded with powerful antioxidants like ellagic acid and various flavonoids. Research suggests that these compounds may help protect against oxidative stress and have a positive impact on cholesterol levels, which is important for heart health.
Okay, I'm seeing a trend here. Lots of these antioxidant-rich foods seem to have added benefits for heart health. It's like a win-win situation. But I have to ask, aren't nuts also pretty high in calories? Should we be watching our portion sizes?
That's a great point. Nuts are nutrient dense, but also calorie dense, so portion control is key. A small handful a day is a great way to enjoy their benefits without overdoing it on the calorie.
Got it. Moderation is key. And honestly, a small handful of pecans is usually enough to satisfy my cravings. Now, I know we can't talk about antioxidants without diving into the world of vegetables. Which ones are the superstars in your opinion?
Oh, where do we even begin? The vegetable kingdom is bursting with antioxidant powerhouses. Let's start with leafy greens like spinach and kale. They're packed with vitamins, minerals, and of course, those amazing antioxidants.
Spinach, I love it in smoothies.
Mm.
Kale, on the other hand, is a work in progress. I'm still trying to find ways to enjoy it without feeling like I'm eating a tree trunk. But what makes these greens so good for us in terms of antioxidants?
Well, spinach is a great source of lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful antioxidants known for their role in supporting eye health.
Wait, so eating spinach can actually help keep my vision sharp? Had no idea. What about kale? Does it offer any special antioxidant perks?
Kale is a nutritional powerhouse in general. It's full of vitamin C, which is an antioxidant itself, and it also contains other beneficial compounds like glucosinolates, which have been linked to potential cancer protective effects. And if you're looking for an extra antioxidant boost, red kale is a good option because it contains those anthocyanins we talked about earlier in blueberries.
Red kale? I didn't even know that was a thing. It's blowing my mind. Okay, so we've got our leafy greens covered. What about other colorful veggies?
Color is definitely a good indicator of antioxidant richness. Let's talk about red cabbage and beets. They both get their vibrant hues from powerful antioxidants called betalains.
Betalins. That's a new one for me. What do they do?
Betalains have been linked to some pretty impressive potential benefits, including anti-inflammatory effects and even potential cancer-fighting properties.
Wow. So eating red cabbage and beets could potentially help protect against cancer? That's definitely motivation to add them to my plate more often.
Yeah.
What else do we need to know about betalins?
One interesting thing is that betalains are also potent anti-inflammatories.
Mm.
So in addition to their potential role in fighting diseases, they could also help with things like joint pain and muscle soreness.
That's amazing. It seems like these antioxidants are multitaskers.
Yeah.
Okay, so far we've got berries, dark chocolate pecans, leafy greens, red cabbage, and beets. That's already a pretty impressive shopping list. Any other veggies we should be on the lookout for?
Absolutely. Artichokes are a unique and often overlooked source of antioxidants. They contain a compound called chlorogenic acid, which has been linked to a reduced risk of chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes and heart disease. But here's the interesting part. The way you cook artichokes can actually impact their antioxidant availability.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more. How does cooking affect the antioxidants in artichokes?
Steaming artichokes has been shown to significantly increase the amount of antioxidants your body can absorb compared to other cooking methods like boiling or microwaving.
So steaming is the way to go for maximum artichoke antioxidant power. Noted, this is fascinating. It's not just about eating the right foods, but also preparing them in ways that maximize their nutritional benefit.
Exactly. It's all about getting the most out of the foods we eat.
Okay, before we move on, I just want to quickly remind everyone to please hit that like button if you're enjoying this deep dive so far. It really helps us out. Now, back to the antioxidant adventure. We've covered a lot of fruits and veggies, but I'm curious, are there any other surprising sources of antioxidants that we haven't touched on yet?
Oh, definitely. We've only just scratched the surface, for instance. Did you know that beans, those humble legumes, are packed with antioxidants?
Seriously, I usually just think of them as a good source of fiber and protein. Tell me more about their antioxidant powers.
Well, different types of beans contain different antioxidants. But pinto beans, for example, are a great source of an antioxidant called camphorol. Camphorol has shown potential in fighting inflammation and even suppressing the growth of cancer cells in some studies.
Wow, beans are officially moving up on my list of favorite foods. Fiber, protein, and cancer-fighting potential. They're like the unsung heroes of the food world.
I agree. And while we're on the topic of surprises, let's not forget about spices and herbs.
Hmm.
They might be small, but they pack a powerful antioxidant punch even in small amounts.
That's a good reminder. I often just think of them as flavor enhancers, but it
Right.
makes sense that they would also contribute to our antioxidant intake.
Absolutely. Adding herbs and spices to your meals is a simple and delicious way to boost your antioxidant intake without making major changes to your diet.
This is incredible. I'm starting to realize that antioxidants are everywhere, and that a varied and colorful diet is the key to getting a wide range of these beneficial compounds. What other antioxidant-rich foods do we need to explore?
You're right. There are so many more. We haven't even touched on beverages yet. Some of your favorite drinks might be contributing to your antioxidant intake too.
Wait, beverages too? I had no idea. Okay, I'm all ears. Tell me about these antioxidant-rich drinks.
Well, green and black tea are well known for their antioxidant content, thanks to compounds like flavonoids and the flavins.
Tea. I'm a big green tea fan, especially in the mornings. What about coffee? Does my daily cup of joe count as an antioxidant source?
You're in luck. Coffee is actually a significant source of antioxidants. For many people, it contains phenolic acids and other compounds that can help protect our cells from damage.
This is fantastic news. I feel like I'm getting a gold star for my coffee habit now. What about other beverages? Anything else we should be sipping on for an antioxidant boost?
Well, red wine has also been touted for its antioxidant content, particularly resveratrol, which is found in grape skins.
Ah, red wine. So a glass of red wine with dinner could actually be considered healthy.
Potentially, but as with anything, moderation is key.
Of course, moderation is all about balance. But it's nice to know that a little indulgence can have some potential health perks. Are there any other surprising sources of antioxidants you want to share before we move on?
One more, you might be surprised to hear that even some animal products contain antioxidants.
Wait, really? I thought antioxidants were primarily found in plant-based foods. What kind of animal products are we talking about?
For example, eggs are a good source of lutein and zeaxanthin, those same eye-protecting antioxidants we discussed earlier, and salmon is rich in astaxanthin, a powerful antioxidant that gives it that characteristic pink color.
So it's not just about loading up on fruits and veggies. It's about incorporating a diverse range of foods from all food groups to get a wide range of antioxidants. This is eye-opening. I'm
Yeah.
feeling inspired to revamp my grocery list and prioritize all these antioxidant powerhouses we've been talking about. What are your top tips for incorporating more of these foods into our daily lives?
It doesn't have to be an overwhelming overhaul. Start by thinking about color. The more colorful your plate, the wider the variety of antioxidants you're likely getting. So aim for that rainbow of fruits and veggies.
That's a great visual. I'm definitely going to be channeling my inner artist at the grocery store. What else should we keep in mind?
Don't underestimate the power of beans. They're versatile, budget-friendly, and packed with antioxidants. You can add them to soups, salads, stews, or even just enjoy them as a simple side dish.
I admit I tend to forget about beans, but after learning about their antioxidant benefits, I'm definitely going to make more of an effort to incorporate them into my meals.
And of course, let's not forget those flavor enhancers, spices and herbs. Experiment with different flavors and cuisines to find combinations you love. Adding a sprinkle of turmeric here, a dash of cinnamon there, it all adds up.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired to get creative in the kitchen, but what about cooking methods? We talked about steaming artichokes, but are there any general rules of thumb when it comes to preserving antioxidants during cooking?
That's a great question. In general, shorter cooking times and methods that use less water, like stir frying or roasting, tend to preserve more nutrients, including antioxidants.
So ditch the boiling and embrace a stir fry. Got it. Any other tips on food prep?
Absolutely. And when it comes to fruits and veggies, don't be afraid to enjoy them raw whenever possible. Think salads, smoothies, or just snacking on them throughout the day.
Okay, so lots of color beans, spices, shorter cooking times, and raw options when possible.
Uh-huh.
This is all super helpful, but I have to ask, what about antioxidant supplements? Are they a good shortcut if you're struggling to get enough antioxidants from your diet?
That's a question I get a lot. While supplements might seem convenient, research suggests it's generally best to get your antioxidants from whole foods.
I'm curious, why is that off-limit would just give you a concentrated dose of the good stuff?
Well, it's not always that simple. Whole foods contain a complex mix of vitamins, minerals, fiber, and other beneficial compounds that work together synergistically. When you isolate antioxidants in supplement form, you might miss out on those synergistic effects. Plus, there's also some evidence that taking high doses of certain antioxidant supplements might have unintended consequences. It's always best to chat with your doctor or registered dietitian before starting any new supplement regimen.
Okay, so whole foods first and supplements only, if recommended by a healthcare professional. This is all such valuable information. I'm already feeling more informed and empowered to make healthier choices. So, to wrap up this part of our discussion, what would you say are the key takeaways for our listeners when it comes to antioxidants?
I think the key takeaway is that a diet rich in antioxidants can play a significant role in protecting your body from damage caused by free radicals and potentially reducing your risk of chronic diseases. And the best way to get those antioxidants is by eating a variety of delicious and colorful whole foods.
That's a great summary. Eat the rainbow, diversify your diet, prioritize whole foods, and watch out for those sneaky free radicals. I think our listeners are well equipped to navigate the world of antioxidants now. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we move on?
Just a reminder that a healthy diet is a journey, not a destination. Start by incorporating small changes like adding an extra serving of fruits or veggies to your meals each day, and gradually build from there. And most importantly, enjoy the process of exploring new flavors and discovering the incredible power of food.
That's such a great point. It's about making sustainable changes that we can stick with long term, not just quick fixes. So before we wrap up this deep dive into the world of antioxidants, let's quickly recap some of the key benefits we've discussed.
Absolutely. We've learned that antioxidants play a crucial role in protecting our bodies from free radical damage, which, as we discussed, can contribute to chronic diseases like heart disease, cancer, and type 2 diabetes. And the best way to load up on these protective compounds is by incorporating a wide variety of colorful fruits, veggies, nuts, beans, and even things like dark chocolate and tea into our diets.
It's amazing how many delicious foods can act as shields against those pesky free radicals. And it's not just about what we eat, but also how we prepare our food.
Remember, shorter cooking times and methods like stir-frying or roasting can help preserve those valuable antioxidants.
Right, and don't forget those flavor-boosting heroes, spices and herbs. They add so much more than just taste to our meals. I love that it's about making sustainable changes that we can actually stick with. And speaking of changes, I'm curious to know if this deep dive has inspired you to try any new antioxidant-rich foods, Chelsea.
Well, you've definitely sparked my interest in red kale. I need to find some creative ways to incorporate that into my meals.
Red kale smoothies, perhaps?
Uh,
Or maybe red kale and beet salad?
yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
Exactly, and that's what's so exciting about exploring the world of antioxidants. There's always something new to discover.
This has been such an insightful and inspiring conversation. Chelsea, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today.
It was my pleasure. I always enjoy geeking out about nutrition.
And to our amazing listeners, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of antioxidants. We hope you feel empowered to make some positive changes to your diet. And don't forget to check out Detox Health on YouTube for more great health and wellness content.
Yeah, definitely check them out.
Until next time, stay curious, stay healthy, and keep diving deep.
See you next time.